Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality? This is not just a philosophical musing, but a genuine inquiry into the fabric of what we perceive as existence. What if everything around you, the physical world, your thoughts, emotions, every single experience, is not as objective or concrete as you might think? Imagine this. You're dreaming, and within this dream, you have no inkling that the world around you is just an intricate construct of your mind. It's so vivid, so tangible that you never question its authenticity, but then you wake up and suddenly it all dissolves into the ether of your subconscious. Now, what if I told you that this waking reality could be as illusory as the dream? This concept is not entirely alien to us. We've all had those moments where we pinch ourselves to make sure we're not dreaming. But what if that pinch, that pain, that assurance is part of the dream itself? What if your waking reality is just another layer of the dream? A dream so complex and convincing that you can't discern it from what you believe to be real. Welcome to the thought-provoking world of simulation theory, the idea that our existence as we know it could merely be a simulation, a construct of a higher advanced civilization. It's a concept that challenges our understanding of reality, asking us to consider the possibility that everything we know, everything we see, feel and believe might be the result of an elaborate digital matrix. This is not a call to dismiss reality, but rather an invitation to question it, to probe the depths of our understanding, to challenge our perceptions, and to entertain the possibility that our reality may not be as real as we've always assumed. So take a moment and ask yourself again, have you ever questioned the nature of your reality? What if everything you know, everything you see, feel and believe is just a simulation? Now, let's delve into the depths of simulation theory. Imagine for a moment that you're in the world of your favorite video game. You're navigating through different levels, battling foes and achieving goals. You're completely immersed, and the game world seems real. But you know it's not. It's a construct, a simulated reality designed by game developers. Now take this concept a step further. What if our entire universe, everything we see, feel and experience is just an advanced version of that video game? This is the crux of simulation theory. It proposes that we might not be living in a base reality, the real world, but rather in a derived reality, a simulation created by a highly advanced civilization. Let's unpack this a bit. Consider base reality as the game developer's world, the place where the original code for our universe was written. In contrast, a derived reality is like the game world. It's an elaborate construct, a simulation created within the base reality. In this scenario, the advanced civilization, our potential game developers, would have to be technologically superior to us, beyond our comprehension. They would need the capability to create a simulation so intricate, so detailed, that it mirrors a universe in all its complexity. It's a mind-boggling concept, isn't it? But there's more. If we are indeed living in a simulation, it implies that there could be multiple derived realities. Imagine numerous simulations running concurrently, each with its own set of rules, its own version of physics, its own reality. The possibilities are limitless. This theory, as abstract as it may sound, is taken seriously by some of the brightest minds in science and technology. It challenges our understanding of existence, questions our perception of reality, and opens doors to a world of infinite possibilities. So, are we merely characters in an elaborate video game, unaware of our creators? Scene script. Sounds far-fetched. Well, there are some compelling arguments. Let's delve into the philosophical and scientific arguments that support simulation theory. Philosophically, we've grappled with the nature of reality for centuries. The ancient Greeks pondered the shadows on the cave wall, and today we're questioning the pixels on our screens. Are we not, in essence, asking the same questions about what's real and what's illusion? Now let's look at it from a scientific perspective. Theoretical physicists have noted that the fundamental particles of our universe behave in ways that are eerily reminiscent of a computer simulation. Quantum mechanics, the science of the very small, is filled with probabilities and uncertainties. These particles don't have defined properties until they're observed, much like a video game that doesn't render a scene until the player looks at it. Next, consider the rapid advancements in virtual reality and artificial intelligence. Today, we have immersive VR experiences that can trick your senses into believing you're somewhere else. In AI, we're teaching machines to learn, to adapt, to create. If we continue on this trajectory, it's not inconceivable that we could create a simulated universe indistinguishable from our own. Let's entertain some real stories that hint at the possibility of a simulated reality. Take the Mandela effect, for instance. It's a phenomenon where a large group of people remember something differently than how it's recorded in history. Some chalk it up to faulty memory, but others speculate it could be glitches in the simulation. Or how about the uncanny synchronicities we sometimes experience? Those moments when the stars seem to align just a little too perfectly. Are they just coincidences? Or could they be signs of an underlying code orchestrating our reality? When you look at these arguments, the concept of a simulated reality doesn't seem so outlandish, does it? Perhaps the line between science fiction and science fact is blurrier than we think. But there are some common misconceptions about simulation theory. Let's unravel the most prevalent ones. One of the biggest misconceptions is that simulation theory is all about denying the reality of our experiences. This couldn't be further from the truth. Simulation theory doesn't suggest that our experiences aren't real, but rather that the universe in which these experiences occur might be different than we perceive. It's like reading a fantastic novel. The characters, the plot, the emotions are all real within the context of the book, even though they exist within the construct of an author's imagination. Another common misunderstanding is the confusion between simulation theory and solipsism. Solipsism is the philosophical idea that only one's own mind is sure to exist. It's the belief that the external world and other minds are uncertain and possibly even non-existent. But simulation theory is not solipsism. It doesn't deny the existence of an external world or other minds. Instead, it proposes that our universe might be a simulation created by a higher intelligence. But within this simulation, we are all real, and our interactions are authentic. Lastly, many think that simulation theory is a recent concept, a product of our technologically advanced era. In reality, the roots of this theory stretch back to ancient philosophical thought. The idea that the world we perceive might not be the ultimate reality is an age-old question pondered by philosophers from Plato to Zhuangzi. Our modern understanding of the theory, influenced by our technological advancements, is just a contemporary spin on this ancient conundrum. So, to clear up the fog, simulation theory isn't about dismissing reality or isolating oneself in a bubble of self-centered existence. It's not a techno-fantasy born out of our digital age. Rather, it's a profound and fascinating question about the nature of the universe we live in, a question that has intrigued thinkers for centuries. So, simulation theory isn't about denying reality, but questioning what reality really is. Now let's explore the most surprising implications of simulation theory. If we inhabit a simulated universe, it could fundamentally alter our understanding of life, death, and consciousness. Imagine for a moment, if you will, that life is not a random occurrence in an indifferent universe, but rather a designed experience. This could mean that our existence is not a result of chance, but of purpose and design. It's like being characters in a video game, each with our own programmed narratives and objectives. This has profound implications for our concept of death. If we live in a simulation, then death might not be the end of consciousness, but rather a transition to another level of the game, or even a switch to a different game entirely. It's like reaching the end of a level in a video game and being transported to the next, with new challenges and adventures awaiting. Now, let's talk about consciousness. If we are in a simulation, our consciousness might not be a unique, unexplainable phenomenon, but a deliberately programmed element of the simulation. It's like the artificial intelligence in a video game, programmed to respond to different situations in specific ways. This could mean that our thoughts, feelings, and actions are not entirely our own, but determined by the parameters of the simulation. But what about the potential benefits and drawbacks? Well, the biggest benefit might be the reassurance that our existence has purpose and meaning. On the downside, it could lead to existential dread, a feeling of lack of control, or even a questioning of our own reality. It's important to remember that these are just implications, not certainties. We don't have concrete proof that we live in a simulation, but the theory encourages us to question our reality and explore the unfathomable depths of the universe. Whether we live in a simulation or not, contemplating the possibility certainly opens up a whole new perspective on life, doesn't it?